Hello, how are you? This is Elske Beamer's Crafty Corner, and we're going to be doing something. This was somebody sent me a 38-second short, and it's like a 3-envelope notebook thing, but somebody sent it to me. It's 38 seconds, and said, hey, can you do an instruction on this one? So I figured I would do it, make it quick. This shouldn't take more than, this shouldn't be more than like a 15-minute video. But we're going to be using these envelopes. I had these in the sale a while back. They're the little light pink ones. I just thought they'd be cute for this. So we're going to use these. I'm going to get these out, a couple other things. I'll be right back with a supply list. Hold on. Okay, supplies. This one's pretty easy. So you're going to want your 3 envelopes. Doesn't matter what they look like. I am going to, what I saw was a short. I went and looked. There is a full video on this. So I'll link the video in, just down below in the book, in the description. But you're going to want 3 envelopes. You're going to want some adhesive, whether you want to use, some stick or some liquid glue. Totally up to you. Dauber and ink, paper trimmer, and some paper to cut this, to cover this with. Paper, not cardstock, okay? So, we're gonna, paper trimmer, we're gonna be using, if you don't want to trim your paper and you want to use a ruler and tear it, that's up to you as well. But we're gonna go ahead and do this real quick. This is not a difficult process at all. So what we're gonna do is take one envelope and put it out of the way. We're going to take the other envelope and we're going to open the flap. We're going to open the second flap. So we want 2 of them with their flaps open, one on top of the other. Okay? And then we want to make sure that we can close those and that they are lined up. And then we're just going to glue those flaps together. So you can use any kind of glue you want here. If you put some glue out there, okay? So I'm just going to glue those flaps together. And then I'm going to take them, and just like you would any other envelope journal, we're going to put this flap set and slide it in to that one. It should go down there pretty easy. Okay, so we're going to put a little glue on here. We're going to slide this into this one. I'm going to get that all the way in. Fold it over and glue this flap. Okay, so that is the basic construction for this. I'm just going to use my bone folder here. You could use your brayer, whatever you want to use, and just push that down, and then you have your piece. Now, you have, this is open, this is open, and this is open, but on the original video, the pockets were out here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make that happen. I'll be right back. So I want these to be open on the outside, like the original video. So what I'm going to do is put them in my trimmer, nice and straight and even, and I'm just going to cut this off. Now, I may not cut this much off, but, to show you, I have to put, a decent amount. Although I do really like this. I'm going to put this in my offcuts, okay? Now we have those pockets. But if I put something in there, it's going to fall out. Yes, it is. but that's where the paper is going to come in, okay? So that is that part. The next part here is to ink. So we're going to be inking all the way around all of the envelopes and our folds, okay? So go ahead and ink everything and then come back and we'll move on to the next step. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. We've inked all of this and now we need to cover it. Now, this is a 7 1/4 envelope, and it was 7 1/4 by 5 1/4, but now it's 7 1/4 by 5 because we took that down. So it's going to be 4 3/4 wide and 7 inches tall. So we just want to cut our paper down to the size that we want. I think I want some of that color too. So we're going to cut a little bit out here. So we got 4 3/4. So I'm just going to trim that. Let's take a look. Perfect. So I'm going to be cutting all of my pieces to this size. All right. So this is 4 3/4 by 7. All right. So I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces that size. That's going to cover my pages. And then I'm going to ink them, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to put them on and get it started, okay? I'll be back. So, this is ink, this is ink, this is glued together. But I wanted to talk about, you know, the paper that you use. You don't have to buy like sheets of scrapbook paper or cardstock, and they don't all have to be perfect. Let's say you have one like this where you really like it, but when you put it on here, it's just too short or too narrow. If it's too narrow, just take another strip, add it to the side, make it wider. If it's too short, add a piece at the top. It's entirely up to you. Maybe you could tear this, ink here, and put another piece underneath, okay? So you can kind of collage this together. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's see. Let me find one of these scraps that I want to use. Okay, so here's a piece. And I'm just going to cut this down. Well, I will if I can find my cutter. Okay. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to cut this down about 2 inches. Because that'll fit right there. Ink that up. And then I'm going to kind of just tear a piece of this off. Just to give it a more kind of rustic look. See? And that'll fit right there. That there. That goes there. Whew, got a little close there, but we didn't quite hit it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this piece down first. I'll get this out of the way. And then we'll glue this piece down. So yeah, if you don't have a piece that's, you know, exactly the right size, but you really want to use that piece, then this will work. This technique will work. Let me go ahead and get this on here and line that up. There we go. See, kind of cool, right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue the rest of these on, but here's the trick. If I put glue on here, and I put it on here, it's gonna be right there. So what I do is I come along and I just go just inside on here, on the envelope, and then glue this part because I want that open. And then put this down. And press. Okay. Again, I'm going to glue. I know I have 1/8 of an inch, so I'm just going to glue within that 1/8 of an inch, just inside of it. Then cover this part of the envelope. Put this down. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to do that to the rest of these, and when I'm all done, I'll come back. All right, so go glue down your pieces. Okay, so that is your basic construction. You have 3 envelopes. You could write here if you want to on these. You can embellish this as you wish, and you can put some cards in. Now, depending upon the size of your envelope, I'm going to be able to put in here some 7-inch cards, because these are 7 1/4, so I'll cut 7-inch cards, and it is 5 inches deep, so I can put 5-inch cards in here. I could, you know, with tabs. I can do some, if I want to cut some notches, I can do that, of course, and I can decorate this up. So at this point, this video is pretty much done as far as the basic construction of this piece. If you want some decorating ideas and some, you know, card ideas, keep watching. Otherwise, thanks! So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do some decorating on this. I'll be back. Okay, so what I have here is I have some 5x7 cards, and here I have a couple of tags, and I want to cut them down to about 5.5 inches. One of them's a little less than that, but that's okay. And then I'm going to round the corners on these because I want to do 2 tags in one of these pockets. All right, so first things first, we're going to do a 5x7 in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this in, and we're going to take a look. See, because that pocket's 5x7 1/4, so it works pretty good. We're going to see. It doesn't go all the way down because this is where we've glued this, you know, here. So I'm going to trim that down a little bit. We're going to try about 4 5/8, I think. Okay, so I'm going to take 3/8 off, and we'll see if that's going to fit. And that fits in there nicely, and it just has to have a tab put on it. There, see? Fits in there perfectly. We're going to need to put a tab on that. So that's good. And then in the next one, I'm going to put these two tags in. And I want them to be separated. So I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to open this pocket up. And I'm going to kind of run a line about at the middle. Okay? Press that down, and then I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put a couple of notches in here. Now, I could have done that before I glued it, but you know, I don't think that way. I really don't. There's one. We're going to put one over here. One there. Okay. We will re-ink those. And bring our glue all the way out. Okay. So now our tags will fit in there. And we're just checking for size here because remember again, we've glued, you know, so the height might not work at 5 inches, 5.5 inches. So we're going to take these down. I'm going to take them down to about an inch. So I'm going to take them down to 4.5. Around those corners. Let's see how that works. Perfect. Okay. Again, rounding corners. Now we've made that into 2 pockets. And the last one is going to get that journal card again, and we already know that we have to take this down about 3/8 of an inch. Okay. And yours is going to be unique, you know, the size that you need. Like, see that? This one we're actually going to cut a little bit smaller. Let's see. Perfect. Now, if I want this to have a tab on it, whew, look what I got. Look what I got. Okay, I'm going to ink those. Those are the pieces I just notched. Yeah. All right. Glue on the back of one. I'm going to do this one towards the top. Right there. And then I'm going to put this one on the other side. Ah. Look at that. And it matches. Right? Okay. Put that in. Look at that. It sticks out just a little bit, but it matches and it looks awesome. We're going to get rid of this. So now I can decorate my journaling cards, I can decorate my tags, and have this whole thing all fleshed out the way I want. I even have my leftover pieces from my tags. I could probably use these as another tab. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then when I come back, I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. I'll be right back. So here is the finished piece. Okay, so you have all this space here. You could put some writing paper on here if you want to, here and here, or you can just write on the colored. It doesn't matter. Again, you can just write on this, write on it, write on the back. You can tuck this into a belly band in a journal. We have our journal cards that we made, very large journal cards in here. then our 2 tags in these little pockets here, and then another journal card in the back. That's it. That's the whole thing. So I will link this in the description. If you are new here, push the button. Just push it. What else? Check out the community tab. Tells you everything that I have going on, everything that's coming up. If you have a video that you would like to see me replicate, or you'd like to see my spin on it, or perhaps it's like this one where it was just a short and there was just music and there was no real direction, you could go ahead and send it to me, and I'll try and find the original video, which I can link, and I will do the project for you. If I do complete the project, I will send it to you as a thank you. And that's it. That's all I have. So until I see you again, make sure you check out the description box below for all kinds of links. Stay inside, stay hydrated, stay cool, and above all, stay well, my friends. I love you guys. Bye-bye.